Okay, sure.
We are live now. There's some Joginder who wants to enter the waiting room.
Yeah, you can allow him. He's my executive. Yeah.
Okay. So we are live, and once I see viewers joining in, I'll just leave a message in the chat box.
Okay. So far, then I will just keep my video and audio mute. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. You can start with your session. We have viewers started joining in, so you can start with your session.
Sure, sure. A very, very warm welcome to all the gorgeous, beautiful, and most importantly, dedicated mothers who are watching me at this point of time. I am Mayuri Ramdasi, founder and creator at Arula for Autism, a very unique speech development program designed for mothers having children experiencing autism. When I thought about this webinar, I was just thinking in the morning that, okay, today I have to again meet so many moms today. I'm going to talk to them today. So I was just excuse me, आवाज उसको बाहर जाके बात करने के लिए आवाज करना. So I was very excited to talk, and I'm always excited to talk to moms. Okay. So one thing, one song I was recollecting of my childhood. So when I meet so many moms, I remember my mom also at the same time. So that song is in my mother tongue, Marathi. The song goes like this. देव जरी मज कधी भेटला माग हवे ते माग म्हणाला म्हणेन प्रभु रे माझे सारे जीवन देई मम बाळाला. See, it's the song is in my mother tongue. My mother used to sing this song for me when I was a child, while bathing me, while making me sleep, while loving me, while making me eat, feed. Every time she used to sing this song. I used to love this song. The meaning of the song is very simple. A common mother, just like you and me. Okay? A common mother. The mother says, when if the God comes in front of me, the Almighty comes in front of me, and if he asks me, hey mom, what do you want? Just ask what do you want and I will give it to you. Then I would say, hey Almighty, hey God, I just don't want anything for myself. My little child is there. Okay. Please fulfill all the dreams of my child. Please make him so capable. Please make him successful in his life. And this is the innate, you can say, instinct of every mother, that she wants the best for her child. The pregnancy is a very beautiful journey. You all have experienced it with your with your child, with your baby. It's a very beautiful journey. Parents see a lot of dreams. We see a lot of dreams for our child, their presence, their future, their achievements, everything. The child is born, he develops, achieves certain milestones. The days were going very, very smoothly. But something somewhere goes wrong. Something somewhere goes wrong. And there is the arousal of autism. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder, as we all know. I don't want to get into much details about the idiopathology or etiology or their symptomatism and everything of autism. I don't want to get into that. When it concerns with the speech of the child with autism, there are three main symptoms which I always focus upon, which I feel they are very important. Those traits are very important. The first one is there is lack of communication. When I say lack of communication, is two-way communication, lack of speech, lack of language. Second symptom is there is lack of social skills. The child doesn't mix up with the other peer mates or the children of his age, or maybe relatives with the, forget about relatives and peer mates, and the child doesn't even mix up, shows bonding with the family members also. So even that is very important symptom for me. I take into consideration. And the third one is presence of repetitive behaviors in the form of meltdowns, in the form of stimming, in the form of negative behaviors that the child executes. So these three symptoms, they make autism a complicated process, a complicated condition. And it varies from child to child. So when it comes to speech development, the speech development in autism, here I would like to share one experience with you, which I got a couple of years back. I keep on getting such experiences, but this was very, very important, which I would like to share with you all. A couple of years back, a parent came to me, parents, both mother and father, with their child who was around 4-year-old. They came to me and we discussed about the child, his condition, his strengths, his faults, everything we discussed. And the father said, we have only one concern now, that the speech of the child. The child is developing so on other platforms. He's showing us improvements. With respect to occupational therapy, we are taking him. He's showing interest. He's showing improvements. Academics also somehow we are able to manage with shadow teacher and all. But the main concern is speech. My child is not able to speak. He's just non-verbal. Or sometimes he speaks in jargon, the words which are not at all understandable by us. We just want to treat the speech. I want my child to speak. The next question that I asked the parent was like this. Okay, your child is non-verbal. There is no speech outflow from the child. But can I know how much your child is understanding? How much is his understanding level? When I say understanding, that is the comprehension of spoken language. Okay, how much it is? And the father said, no, he understands everything. My child understands everything. I give him a command, he follows that. I tell him, close the door, get my mobile, keep this apple in the fridge, then let us go out. Everything, this all things he understands. But then my next question to them was, Your child is 4 year old, and what you are saying about commands. Do you think that your child's understanding, the speech understanding, is on par with a 4 year old typically developing child? Means now I have to see what should I expect in a 4 year old child. Okay, that means I gave him the examples. If you want to narrate an incident which is taking place at your place, what is happening when you tell all these things? So does he react to it? Does he enjoys that? When you tell a small story, maybe 5 lines, 8 lines, 10 lines, small story with actions, enactments, does he respond to that? Then you talk about near future events. Simple thing. Today we are going to mall. We are going to have fun. Planning about what we are going to do in the mall. Is your child responding to that? Near past events. We had been to Dada's place, Dadi's place, and how much fun we had. Oh, you did this, you did that, dad did this, your sibling did that. When you say, when you converse with him, does he enjoy those things? Then that father's face, I saw it was confused. I told him, it is nothing to criticize you or to demotivate you that your child may not be doing these things. But whenever we are concerned with the speech of the child, am I really paying attention to his understanding level? So here I want to give you one very good analogy. This is very favorite analogy of mine. Say there is an empty vessel. Now this empty vessel, consider this as whatever, child's brain, child's mind, child's insight, whatever you want to call it as. That is that empty vessel. You start pouring water into it. Slowly, slowly I'm pouring water. The water, the pouring of water is nothing but enhancing, enriching child's comprehensive skills, his understanding skills of the language. I'm going on improving. I'm taking time. They are not fast enough, but I'm taking time. I'm slowly, slowly, gradually, I'm increasing. You know, at one point, what happens? You know, at one point, what happens? The vessel gets filled and the water starts splashing out. Yes, you get it. The vessel gets filled and the water starts splashing out. You got it right. This splashing of water, this is coming out of the vessel, which is coming out of the vessel is nothing but the spontaneous speech, is nothing but the concrete speech that the child is not doing as a repetition or echolalia or parrot speech or something. This is a spontaneous way of expressing. This has to be fought, what you can say, further enriched, flourished. You have to understand, when we say my child is having limited language, I have not worked on his comprehensive skills. Wherever I take my child for speech therapy, there must have been the practice of something different. I'm coming to that point later. But the comprehension skills are not worked vigorously. I'm always after the child, say. Okay, we want the child. And what happens later on? Many of the cases, when children come to me with autism, with their speech concern at around 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, you find them, they are repeaters. They are echolalic. They execute parrot speech. You say something, they will say the same thing. What's your name? What's your name? I am a boy, I am a boy. I like mango, I like mango. No answers to the questions. The comprehension is hampered. So, don't you think there is a need that these things, the comprehensive skills of the child, has to be worked upon vigorously? That is one point. Second point, in autism, it's a mystery. It's still a mystery. But I consider this a very simple thing. Okay? Nothing to worry more about it. See, when the child is exposed to speech therapy in a commercially running centers or this thing, still the therapists themselves not understood what is going wrong and where it is going wrong. They treat the child with autism same as with any other speech delay. There is a confusion. And there, the notion has been formed in the society, in the field of professionals, in the core of professionals, that speech in autism, lot of failures. Speech is last to come. So these things that we get, the experience. But one has to understand why. Why is it so? If I'm not getting improvement in the speech, does it mean that am I going somewhere wrong in my approach? Is there any need to change the current approach? Now you will ask me the question, then madam, tell us what is the current approach? You all are exposed. You have taken your children to therapy centers. So what happens? Autism child, a child with autism, innately is a visual seeker. See, why you are labeling only to autism, child with autism, I don't understand. I think all the children, basically a human being, they are visual seekers. What do you mean by visual seeking? You grab the knowledge of the surrounding through your visual sense more. Sense, na? We say that 80% of the knowledge is gained by visual sense. That's say. So they are visual seekers. And when you see this symptom or these characteristics of autism present in the child, yes, my child is visual seeker. So in order to develop him, you develop visual seeking more and more in your child. You show him the things. Unless and until you show something to him, you think he will not understand. So in the sessions, what happens? Showing flashcards. See, mango, say mama, mango. Then this is pen, papa, pen, say pen. These kind of approaches are applied. Okay, this is one thing. What happens here? Visual seeking helps in learning. Definitely, it helps in learning. But the more and more you make your child a visual seeker, he becomes distractible auditorily. The child doesn't focus much upon listening. He tries to grab the information, everything, with the visual cues, with the flashcards, with the objects, with the lights on and off turning, with different colors to make him more and more oriented towards visual inputs. That is where I think distraction comes in the picture. Simple thing. I give you an example. A child is born blind, cannot see since birth, and a child is born deaf, cannot listen, cannot hear since birth. Which child will pick up speech and language, and which child will communicate? Yes, you are right. The answer is a blind child, a child who cannot see, will pick up language, communication, everything. Maybe little delayed, but he will pick up, he will cope up, and he will match up to the mark. But the child who is deaf, who is hearing impaired, cannot pick up the language. He will be mute unless and until we give him assistance with hearing aids, implants, or whatever. That is not the question. We don't want to get into that. What I mean here, what I try to tell you is hearing, listening is very important. And as we know, the importance of prenatal hearing, the journey starts from there. When the baby is in your womb, at the 4th month of gestation, at the end of the 4th month, that is at 20th week of gestation, the cochlea, the internal sense organ of hearing, is fully matured, and the child starts grabbing auditory inputs and starts responding to it. We all have experienced. We have all experienced whenever there is a strong stimuli from outside, our baby kicks in the womb. You feel when you talk to the baby moves. So many things are there, the evidences of prenatal hearing. When the child is born, the first year of the infancy, we call it as infancy, that goes more and more in listening and grabbing the information. And then after 1 year, around 1.5 years, the first meaningful word comes. Maybe mama, dudu, papa, okay, like that. So here you must understand the importance of listening in autism. Now I'll come to that point. This listening is hampered. Child can hear. He has nothing physically or maybe any other level. He doesn't have any damage to the hearing sense organ. I'm talking about pure autism cases with uh, no hearing impairment, pure cases with good hearing and all. So then what's going on? Then what goes wrong? Understanding via listening is hampered. We have to facilitate the path where their listening gets improved, oriented, and then the beautiful journey of speech development begins. So here I would like to now talk about the approach which, after 22 years of my experience, I have made it open for all the parents having children with autism. And this approach is called Arula for autism. What does it mean? What is the meaning of Arula? Arula is ultimate binding energy. Binding energy between whom? Between the mother and the child. See, we gain so much, you have gotten so much of good, bitter experiences from the world that somewhere this bonding, when I say the bonding which I say, that is communicational bonding and not the bonding of love, that is always there. Okay, no one can judge that. So that love bonding is always there, but the bonding with respect to communicational development is hampered. Now why does it goes on hampering? See, when the child is born, we know the child doesn't speak immediately after birth. Okay, so there's a lot of things you share with the child. You talk to child every now and then. Hey, my baby, what do you want? To go for susu? Mama is, are you hungry? Mama is wanting you. Just let's go with mama. You talk very nicely with a very melodic way. You talk to the child. This continues for 1.5 years. But then we expect the emergence of speech from my child's side also. Then you expect. Then what happens? You are talking a lot, but child is 1.5 years, not yet started. Or maybe the child is 1.5 years, still 1.5, 2 years, he has started also babbling words and all. There is a regression that you have noticed. Regression means there is a child suddenly stops. Suddenly its speech outputs goes on ceasing. It ceases out. So then what happens? How much you will maintain that flow of communication? See, every time when I want to talk to somebody, I expect somebody to react to me. That is called as two-way communication, successful. When I ask question, I, I anticipate answer. When I anticipate some question, I am bound to give some answer. When there is a conversation, there has to be a link, chain of sentences that goes one after the other. When this doesn't happen, when you feel lost, then your speech input also goes on reducing. And there things becomes things become difficult. So what I mean to say, this two-way communication facilitation is important. And for that, that communicational bonding has to be established successfully between the mother and the child. So the concrete approach, Arula, it is based on three pillars, very important pillars. As I said, just now I explained the mother is. What is mother is? The ease with which, the first pillar I'm talking about, the ease with which a mother talks to her baby. Very smooth, very fine, very spontaneous, without any planning. She just goes on responding to her child, to his actions, to his pointing, to his body language, whatever. So that we nurture at Arula. That is the very important pillar, mother is. We all know we need to talk to child, but is every mother knows? Does every mother know that how to talk to the baby? Definitely not. Okay, I may invite criticism, but I don't care. No, every mother knows how to talk to her baby. That has to be taught to her. Okay, that is one part. Mother is the ease with which mother talks to her baby. The second most important pillar is development of auditory seeking, making the child. You see, in autism, we say that they're inert most of the time. Either they are hypersensitive to the sounds, or either they are inert and hypersensitive to the sound, the auditory stimuli. The differentiation, there are four levels of auditory stimuli recognition. There are four levels. That is, first is presence or absence of auditory stimuli. Whether there is a presence or absence, that is first level. Whether it is there or not. The next level comes as discrimination level. Yeah, this sound is different than this sound. The doorbell ringing, it was doorbell and not the cooker's whistle. It is different than that. Making them alert about these surroundings. The third thing is recognition. Exactly recognizing. Ting tong, the bell rings. Papa has come. Come on, go and greet Papa. This is recognition, association with the stimuli. Something falls down badly. Oh, what's that plate? The plate fallen down on the floor. That is one thing. Recognition. The last one is identification and comprehension. That is understood completely what is all about when it comes to higher level of the speech. That is telling about the parts of speech, the stories, the narration, the description, the interjections. So these are different levels where the child has to be taught those things. So this way, the auditory seeking is developed step by step. And when it start developing, you see that there is a spark on your child's face. You will not feel your child is lost. He becomes more and more alert. When the listening skills, take my words, parents, moms, when the listening skills are worked upon properly, you develop good listening skills in your child, you will see all the other traits of autism are getting nullified. They are going on reducing. They are going on reducing. You will find I am working on listening skills development, but my child has got potty trained. I'm working on listening and understanding development of the child. My child's eating pattern is improved. His sleep pattern is improved. His family bonding has improved. His social skills are getting improved. So these are the all byproducts, I will say, okay, that you will get once you focus on listening skills development of your child. And the third pillar, very importantly, knowledge and confidence of the mother. When a mother given appropriate knowledge, training, She develops confidence in within herself. You tell me one thing. Speech is an area which is should be worked upon, which should be worked upon 24 by 7. And which therapist in the world will devote that 24 by 7 to your child? Which therapist? No one. Only yourself. So your confidence and the insight towards becoming your child's own best speech therapist, once you are given knowledge, once you are given training, that will help a lot. I know this journey is full of struggle. It's a fight. You are a fighter, but you will conquer if you follow the correct path, the correct approach. I think this is all about my concrete work that I've been doing in this field past 22 years. And the results are mind blowing. Sometimes they are even beyond expectation that we get. Okay. So thanks a lot, all the mothers, and maybe dads are also watching. They are dedicated dads. That's why they are here and watching the webinar. They are participated in the webinar. Thanks Autism Connect for giving me such a golden opportunity to present myself on this huge platform. Thanks a lot.